Namaste, good afternoon, and a warm welcome to Wednesday Book Review. Myself, Gargi Singhala from Rajkot Parent Station, Rajkot Admin Maid. Let me just have a quick recap of what we did last week. Last week, uh, we were reviewing a book called The Seven Habits of Happy Kids. We had a nice introduction of the map of the area around which the story revolves. We had introduction of all the characters, which were mainly uh, animals, and they had all each of them had a very special quality. One loved craft, the other loved tools, the other loved sports, physical activity. So each of them had different qualities. And we learned about two qualities last week from the story. One being be proactive, means take responsibility of your happiness and your life. And the second quality, second habit that we learned, we discussed about was begin with the end in mind, the bug collecting kit story of Meet the Bear. So today we're going to learn another three habits from the book which teaches us. The first one being Pokey and the spelling test. Now, in this story, the author has put up a scene of a school wherein the teacher gives instruction to the students that they have upcoming spelling test, and she's giving these instructions on a Monday, and the test is on Friday. And there are one, two, three, four, and total six words, six spellings, which the students have to learn. And they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and they have their test on the Friday. So this Pokey, now this story is about Pokey the porcupine. Remember the spikes, if they are down, Pokey's head, and if she's excited, the spikes are up. So this is her quality. She is lazy and likes to rest on her hammock. So after the school, she remembered, okay, I have to learn spelling for the test. But when she went home, she was resting, and her friend came. Who her friend? Uh, Sammy. Sammy, her friend came and said, "Come on, let's go and have some look. Let's have a look at some gadgets in the dump yard." Pokey remembered, okay, I have a test. But it's okay, I have many days. Today is Monday, I have to give the test on Friday. So I have enough time, I will prepare. So there, both of them decide to go to look for gadgets in the dump yard. And from the dump yard, Pokey finds a drum. And this drum is something of Pokey's interest. So the whole evening on Monday, it spends time on playing the drum. At night again, remembered, okay, I have a test. But it's night, now I want to go to sleep. I'll do it tomorrow. So keeps on postponing the learning that Pokey had to do for the spell test. Next day, after again coming from school, Pokey remembered, okay, I have to do my spelling test. Then Goop the bear came. Goop said, come on, I'm going to catch some butterflies. It would be fun. Come with me. I said, okay, today is just Tuesday. I'll do it tomorrow. And again, Pokey goes with Goop. So Wednesday is also gone without any preparation for the test. So this is how children also generally keep postponing. Thursday again, Jumper the rabbit came and said, come on, let's go cycling. Goop said, okay, I'll go and do the cycling for a while, and then I'll come and do for the test, because now it is Thursday today, and tomorrow I have to appear for the test. So Pokey goes for cycling, and then at night when they come back and test with the words, now Pokey's under pressure. There is very little time left for him to prepare for the test. He starts learning. The words that were given was, here, see, play, fun, have, for, you, and drum. These are the words that Pokey had to learn. Very nice illustrated story pages are here. Pokey tried to write them down, but the letters swam in front of him like fish. So because he was under pressure, he couldn't remember. Even though he was trying to learn by writing, he couldn't remember. Or everything was getting mixed up. This is because of the pressure. The next day, went to school and appeared the test, and 1 out of 6 marks Pokey got. Only one word, which was drum, he got it right. Others all he got it wrong. The teacher said, Miss Hoot was the name of the teacher, and that's the owl here. So said you could have done better in the spelling test. This is not generally your presentation of the exam. Pokey understood, yes, that is right. But then he also understood that why this happened, because he was going on postponing the learning again and again. So this is also a habit which all the children they practice. They try to postpone the things that is a little harder for them, and at the end they feel that it is becoming harder and harder to remember instead of in the short the time is also less at that time. So now Miss Hoot gave another chance to Pokey and said, okay, I'm giving you another chance and I will take another test for you. So you come prepared and the day is also well in advance. The day is also fixed. The next day Pokey failed the test that we know. Said, okay, Pokey said, I will be prepared for the test next time. So now when Pokey goes home, he's very sad and saying that I need to do the first thing first. So I should not keep on postponing the thing. After that, Sophie came to Pokey and said, okay, I will help you how you can learn your spelling. So we went home. Sophie and Pokey, both of them practiced all the words. And after 2 or 3 days, Pokey was ready with all the words. And next time, when Pokey appeared for the test, he got full marks in the test. So that was again Friday. Now Miss Hoot was so happy with Pokey's performance and said that this time you could pass this test because you know what things you have to do first and you did it accordingly. So this is the end of the story, and we come to Parents Corner, where the author is saying what is the habit that we need to learn from the story. So we all know that we need to put first things first. So how we can explain children is work while you work and play while you play. So that is you have to make a list of the things which comes in priority. There are few things which are urgent. There are a few things which are not important, and there are a few things that are they are very very important. So according to this, you categorize your work and complete it in that manner. Urgent things or the easier things you need first. We should not teach our kids to delay. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. No, better is if they have, say for example, if we're taking this story and if they have 6 words to learn and we have 3 days, we can do 2 words each day. That can be done. But totally postponing or delaying is not the habit we should practice. Then author also advises baby steps which should be taken where they say that what are you need to make a list of things. What are some of the most important jobs or responsibilities that a child is supposed to behave in a particular manner? Practice, maybe it is practicing piano, making our bed, doing our homework, taking out the garbage, talk about them with parents or friends or school. So these are the uh, list which you make and prioritize your things rather than delaying it. So the third habit is put first things first. The next story is Lily plants a garden. So in this story, this is the story about Lily the skunk. So Lily, in the story, Lily is requesting her mom that I want to plant a garden. And when I go to visit Mr. Hoot's garden, Miss Hoot is teacher from school. When I go to see her garden, it is so good, amazing vegetables and cucumber, radish, carrots, pepper, beans, and lettuce. All are so fresh in the garden. So I also want to grow such a garden. Mother explained, it's a very good idea that you want to grow a garden, but growing a garden is not an easy job. She explains her it needs a lot of effort. First, you have to get the soil ready for plantation, sow the seed, water it every day, remove the unnecessary weeds that is growing in the garden, and it will take a very much lots of your effort and your time too. And I don't have such time where I can help you. Mom clearly says that I have some work and I will not be able to help you. You will have to do it alone. So it is better you will not be able to cope up with this effort and work. Then Lily thinks that at night Lily still thinks what can be done if I want to really grow the garden. So here in the story, very nicely, Lily writes a letter to her mom saying that, dear mom, if you let me have a garden, here's what I will do. Mother said that you will have to do everything. So Lily is saying, here is what I will do. I will grow vegetables and strawberries, water and weed. I will water them and remove the weed. Get things to help means I will get my friends to help me. Okay, this is what I will do. And what you will get if I'm growing the garden? Not much work for you. I know already, mom, you have so much work. So you will not have much work to be done, but you will get yummy vegetables and tasty strawberries. So mom had also told Lily that let us not do it now. We will do it in the season of strawberry because growing strawberries is easier than growing the whole vegetable garden. And Lily thought that I don't want to wait until that strawberry season comes. So Lily wrote this note for mom and saying here, love Lily. See, nicely written note for mom. So in this note, Lily has emphasis on two things. One thing is what Lily will do, and the other thing is what mom will get out of it. And according to the note, Lily presented that note to mom. Mom was very happy and said, okay, fine, I agree, you can do this. Now, mom and dad help Lily. Sometimes when they have time, they help little bit. But others all, Lily and her friends, they did everything. They put the soil ready, they grew the seed, they watered them, they removed the weeds, everything. And after a few days, the nice vegetables, fresh vegetables and strawberries start growing there. Lily was so happy. Then what Lily did, one nice morning, Lily put all nice fresh vegetables in the from the garden in a basket and presented to her mom. See, this is the illustration where Lily presents all the vegetables to her mom. Mother was very happy. That night, they all had nice. They had two special things for the dinner. So in the dinner, they had vegetable soup and strawberry shortcake. So everything used for dinner was from their garden, fresh and juicy. They all were very, very happy. And now Lily's mom was so happy that she said that I also feel like I want to plant a flower garden. Lily said, planting a garden takes a lot of time and effort, mom. You just don't realize how much work it takes. So Lily's mom was telling initially. Now Lily knows. Lily experienced everything and Lily knows that it really takes lots of effort and it also takes your time too. So this is the end of the story. From this story, we learn two things. One is that if we do something, only then we realize. Lily's mom was telling initially that it is very tiresome work and it will take your time too. But after Lily did everything, she realized it for herself. And the other thing is, Lily very nicely put up a situation wherein what the mom will see, mother was initially saying no, that you are not supposed to grow the garden. But after Lily wrote that note, her mom agreed, okay, you can do. So in that note, Lily had very nicely put up what mom will get out of this garden. So in this situation, the habit that the author is emphasizing on is think win-win. If Lily grows the garden, she gets to do what she wanted. And if her mother gets fresh strawberries and vegetables, even she is happy and she doesn't have to do much work for it. So both of them have a win-win situation here. Thinking about another situation where we can say that where both of them are, see, if mom is saying don't grow the garden and Lily listens, but she keeps grumbling or crying. In this is the situation where lose-win situation, where the Lily is losing and mother is winning. But in this case, when Lily grew the garden and mother also benefited from it, this is where a win-win situation is created. So the author here teaches us the fourth habit, that is think win-win. Again, they have questions for discussions and baby steps which children need to take to cultivate this habit of the win-win situation. So the first habit that we talked about today was about the not delaying the thing, doing first things first. And the second one is think win-win. Now the next story here is about Goob the bear. Jumper and the Lost Butterfly Net is the name of the title of the story. So one day what happened? Jumper came to Goob and asked, Goob, let's play with the frisbee. Goob said, I am too sad. Because, why was Goob sad? Because Goob had lost the butterfly net. Jumper said, it would be so much fun. Come, let's play. But Goob is not interested at all. Goob says, you're talking too much. Go away from here. I don't want to listen to you. Jumper said, okay, fine, I'll come again. And Jumper goes. Now Jumper goes to Tagalong Alley's house. She's sitting in her sandbox. Okay. Tagalong Alley is again the mouse character of the story. So Jumper said, what's wrong? So Tagalong Alley said, meet over the back woods. Jumper couldn't understand anything. Jumper said, okay, if you want to get wet, let's go to the swimming. Let's go for swimming. Ellie shook her head and said, me, the better back woods. Jumper couldn't understand anything what Ellie was saying. Ellie started doing tantrums, started kicking her legs against the sand, and was repeating the same sentence again and again. The better backwoods. But Jumper was not able to understand. But what Jumper did, Jumper took Lily on his back and carried her to Lily's house. Jumper took Ellie to Lily's house there. When they reached there, Ellie asked, what's up? What's the matter? Then again Ellie said, me the better backwoods. Oh dear, said Lily. Your sweater's on backward. You poor thing. What Lily did, Lily pulled off Ellie's sweater, turned it around and put it back on her in a proper way. See, this is nicely illustrated, given here. Lily is putting the sweater properly for Elle, and Jumper is standing there and watching because he couldn't understand so far what was going on. Now Jumper asked Lily, how could you figure that out? I was trying to understand this in such a long time, but I couldn't understand what she was trying to tell me. Then Lily said, you have to listen with your heart and your eyes, not just your ears. Said Lily, if you had looked at Ellie properly, you could have found out that her sweater was on backward. And that is what she was trying to explain. Now Jumper understood this message very well. Then he again quickly ran back to Goob. Why? Because there was something that Goob was trying to say and Jumper was not able to understand. But now he learned that you should not only hear with your ears, but you should listen with your heart and your eyes. Went to Goob. Goob was sitting on a log in front of the river and he was really sad. Why? We know because he lost his butterfly net. Net. Then Jumper said, come on, let's look for your butterfly net. Goob said, I have been looking for it since morning. I'm not getting it. And then Ellie said, wee wee tree, she said. Then Jumper tried to figure out now what Ellie is saying. And he quickly understood this time. Why? Because he was listening with his heart and his eyes. Now Jumper said that butterfly net is near the tree. Which tree? Great oak tree. So they all went there and Goob found out his butterfly net. He was so happy. So all three of them nicely took their butterfly net and were off happily in the oak park. I think I get what you are saying, said Goob. Now Ellie said that one appear in my sandbox. Initially, if we hear this, it wouldn't make any sense. But now, even Goob learned to listen from his heart and eyes. So he quickly understood that Ellie wanted to play in her sandbox. So they all went to the sandbox and then Ellie was happy there. There comes end of the story. From the story, the habit that the author is trying to teach us is seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen before you talk. So, getting attention, sometimes kids they throw tantrums, they shout because they want to get attention of the adults. But we act out in other ways. We don't feel that anyone is listening. The kids they feel that no one is listening to me, so they throw tantrums. The deepest need of human heart is to be understood, not only heard. This is the deepest need of every human being, not only the child, but everyone. In school, we are taught how to read, write, and speak, but we are not taught how to listen, which is the most important communication skill of all. Listening with our ears isn't good enough because less than 10% of communication is contained in the words we use. The rest comes from the body language and the tone and feelings reflected in our voice. What a great blessing it would be if we could teach our kids how to listen while they are young. We can use this story to point out how Jumper learned to listen not only with his ears but also with his eyes and his heart, and as a result, everyone was happy. So here we come to end of third habit today, that was seek first to understand and then to be understood. Listen before you talk. Now listen here does not mean listening with ears only. Listening here means listening with heart and eyes. There are many 2 to 3 activities which are given here which we can practice with our kids so that they can learn this habit and put this habit in practice in their day-to-day life. So it was, I hope it is fun for you as much as it is fun for me sharing these stories and these habits with you. We still have two more habits. We will take those habits next time. For now, this is Gargi Shingala saying goodbye, happy reading, and we will see you next week. Thank you.